What's up, everybody? It's Stephanatis TV, and we back with the Nolan Wells update. I took a little time in between doing my update because I wanted the information to build up, and I wanted to be able to provide a video with good context clues and good information so we all can be up to date at the same time with all the buffoonery of the Mississippi Massacre. I don't know what's going on in Mississippi, but they got too much going on. This is 3 people in 2 months or something. They just had a young lady that I made another video about. Um, was found 3 days ago, well, 4 days ago, hung. Come on now. I don't know what's going on in Mississippi, but it's a lot of people covering up stuff, and we got to get down to the bottom of everything. And if the police not going to do it, the community got to come together, and we got to do it. And that's what we're doing right now for Nolan Wells. In this video, they're talking about they found details on how all the people that said they was his friends, they all locked their accounts up. They all got lawyered up. And they all tied into something strange going on. So we're about to get this updated video from the man named Big Kish. That's his name. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But he got good information. He got good insight. And we're here working together as a congregation for unity for the community, man. But hey, let's get into it.
We got another one, y'all. This another one of Nolan Wells' fake ass friends, and we're going to get into what he did just the other day. He posted a cryptic message that we're going to get into, and it's
Cryptic message. He already hiding something. They kind of being funny. What you posting cryptic messages for? Like, are you boasting at this point? That's like when you doing stuff like that, you boasting, trying to say, yeah, we're gonna get away with it because we're rich and we're powerful. That's the problem. These rich and powerful elites out here doing these insane things to people and just thinking that they're able to shun it off just because they got money. People, we can't allow that no more. Mississippi gotta stand up.
sounds like he's hinting to bragging on something, or he's acting like he's some type of damn stepper that witnessed something that he's supposed to be speaking on if he was Nolan Wells' real friend. But before we get into that, we just gonna be reacting and taking a look at some videos before we get into that, because I believe this video right here is gonna bring back some hope. I really believe we're gonna get some justice, because these boys cannot handle the pressure. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey Bree, thank you for that post that you're sharing regarding Liam, but we're gonna rewrite it a little bit because those thugs are not Nolan's friends. So here we go. Did a video of this before, but since Liam is sharing little information more, why not? So apparently there's this lady who said that she saw, she messaged Eric and told Eric that I saw the fight or etc. what was going on, and she was telling Eric that if he doesn't take it to the police, that she was going to go and give it their information. Hopefully she's already done it, but that's how this is all coming together.
This is him, y'all. Eric Alcantara. Well, your name gonna be Eric Alcatraz if you keep it up. Hey, I just want to say I were a passenger on another boat and saw the argument between you guys, and will go to the police with this information. I also, okay, we're gonna get into his cryptic message, but look.
Go to my first video about this situation. I have the pictures. I have the up close when the kid was sitting there punching him on the ground. There's photos of Nolan Wells being drugged onto the beach, and where they were stumping him out, they were still beating him up. That's on my first video.
Let's go ahead and watch these videos. So this is somebody messaging him, the Eric Alcatraz, which is one of Nolan Wells' fake friends. He's the one that was on the left of him on the boat. To our right though. Let's get it.
She messages or DMs Eric. Eric blocked the girl or the lady, and then however Liam apparently sent some messages to Bree, and these I thought were very interesting and telling.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
That's it right here, y'all. This dude decides to post When your parents ask about your day out, but everything you did was illegal, deserving a minimum of 10 years in prison.
Why would you even post something like that? That's what I was just saying. That's boasting. If your parents ask you what you did over the weekend and you say, "Hi, hey, I can't tell them because boy, we gonna get some time. 10 years minimum." We just watched the kid get beat up on the boat and drug onto the island and beat up some more. Like, come on now, this is insane.
This is what he decides to repost in the midst of all this Nolan Wells stuff that's going on, knowing we're trying to get answers. He's not trying to get answers, but he claims that he's Nolan Wells' friend. But this is what you decide to post? Okay, we got you.
Did you?
Because everybody involved, everybody out there, there were witnesses to this situation. If they're not speaking up to it, they're all I think guilty by association, witnessing a murder.
You do, Eric? What would warrant you guys to get 10 years or more if your parents knew what you guys did that 4th of July night or into the morning hours of the 4th of July? I mean, negligence of murder maybe, or I don't know. You tell us, since you made such a very, very bold statement.
And y'all see how we combing through each friend? Somebody's gonna break. Because there was like 2 friends that wasn't familiar with their face because everybody was just focused on Warren and Bart. So these some more that's coming up. And somebody's gonna crack. I'm telling y'all. Somebody's gonna break, y'all. Watch.
When I tell you these folks are moving and trying to shake, but we are on their asses, and we are not letting up because these are the alleged people who were with Nolan. Eli Jax Patalo, Wyatt Pyron, Morgan Seymour, Eric Alcantara, Warren Hudson, and now that the last footage shows Nolan in a full argument
Jax
right before
Patalo.
he was last seen, you have to ask yourself,
Bro, it's crazy. All of them privated their accounts.
This guy right here, y'all see who his mother is? She's the one that had the number. If you had any information about what's going on, call that number. Go straight to her. So anybody, all the people that are trying to come forth and serve justice for Mr. Wells, they was already being put to the side. They can't let this information go out. What is the best way to cover information? You are the person that they bring the information to, and you are the one that allows it and what you don't allow. Come on, the easiest way to cover it up.
Deleted their accounts. What are you running from, bruh? If y'all want justice for your friend,
why would people who claim they were just hanging out need attorneys before the family even got answers? And why did they all go silent at the same time? And why does this footage feel like the moment that explains everything about why Nolan was unalived? So listen close to this audio, listen to the tone, listen to the shift, listen to the energy, and drop in the comments.
we gotta get the names of these characters along with their faces. Check it out, y'all.
Right. Now remember, when we're making these facts, we have to be very specific. We have to allege what each one did. Remember, what did Wyatt do specifically?
Wyatt was the one that called on the phone that was too calm. Way too calm. For the boat to be going down, sinking, you got attitude. Why you got attitude? You need the help from the people, right?
He failed to render help 3 times, twice on the phone with the CTO operator, once by calling the grandpa, not 911. What did Bart do? He lied about being there, said he was in Wyoming. His name was on the official Coast Guard report. His name was on the CTO call. All of these facts need to be in there, and I don't want you to say, oh, the boat was taken on water. You have to use the words he used. He said the boat was sinking and we're going down, okay? You have to find every single...
Said something about like the wells or something was filling up with water. I guess that's like the bottom captivity area of these boats that hold water and don't hold water. They can fill it up and release it. Something about his boat was taking on all the water. So they had to get everybody off.
Fact that these kids said, go over to Warren. What did he say? He called the Coast Guard for 20 minutes, okay? Every single fact needs to be specific and correct.
I have not seen anybody at all personally make this connection in relation to what happened to Nolan Wells and what those boys allegedly and probably did to him. But those boys, they're not just from like some random area in Mississippi. They're from Ocean Springs. Ocean fucking Springs. The same Ocean Springs that regularly has its middle school and high school students ending their lives because of how bad the bullying is down there, because the people there are so fucking shit. Yeah, that Ocean Springs.
Ocean Springs is known for something like that. Middle school and high school kids being bullied so bad by those people that they're unaliving themselves. And the autopsies are being covered up. Why? Because the judge knows the lady in that community that does autopsies. What's even more crazy, like I showed in the other video, she stated they don't do autopsies on drowned suspects.
Those boys are from Ocean Springs. So to me, that tells me everything I need to know about what the fuck happened here and what his fate really was. No matter how much that town and their families of the alleged perpetrators are like gonna be like fucking protecting them and whatever.
Two people place the same exact trade. One loses, the other one wins.
The same Ocean Springs, Mississippi that 13-year-old Aubrey Wyatt ended her life after severe prolonged bullying at a middle school there. Then her mom, Heather Wyatt, files a wrongful death lawsuit against Ocean Springs School District, primarily centering on the fact that nobody did anything after multiple attempts to notify the school. This bullying went on to cyberbullying. And the Chancery Court judge that oversaw that case is the stepmother of one of the boys who was on the boat with Nolan. Judge Ashlee Cole, the mom of Warren Hudson, who was on the boat and in that picture with Nolan on the day of the incident. Now, the creator who posted the video that I shared earlier has since taken the video down and made his page private. But before he did that, the comments on that video was very telling, y'all. There were a lot of people in that comment section that had a lot to say about Ocean Springs and how they try to cover everything up, about the rampant amount of nepotism there, not to mention substance abuse amongst the kids. It sounds like this rabbit hole is going to run much deeper than we originally thought. Rest in peace to Aubrey Wyatt. And rest in peace to Nolan Wells, and may his family get the justice that they truly deserve.
Well, there was something else that I found to be a little bit problematic in Ashlee Cole's statement about Nolan Wells, and so I'm going to put her words back on the screen. I'm not going to read them. I'm going to put them back on screen because I want to show you something. Take a look at the highlighted part. Do you see how she says, "Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency." That's two separate sentences, and that's by design. And now that you've seen that, I want to tell you something else. The structure of a closing argument is to establish credibility, deny motive, and reframe the story.
I don't understand how the damn tip line is going straight to her. And the tip line is going, I believe it was the sheriff or them. They don't need to be a part of no damn tip line at all, bro.
That's what I was
Now,
saying.
if you read...
Conflict of interest. Her son is one of the murderers, and you were sitting there taking the tip line. So anybody that got anything to say about what seeing your son and his friends on the boat that you was on, they said that you was on the boat too. So right when somebody be like, "Oh yeah, auntie, we saw you up there too," she like, "Oh, delete that message. Oh, delete that email. We don't want nobody. No, not me. I wasn't out there. Don't judge me." Come on now. You're getting the same judgment that you was giving out.
Ashlee Cole's entire statement as a unit, does that not appear what she is doing? Because see, the reason why she made those two separate statements is because she is trying to give you reasons to trust her. She is using her judgeship, but then she also uses the word also to stack transparency on top of the judgeship so that we would trust her in what she is saying while she denies motive and then reframes the story to point back at the family of Nolan Wells. But see, that all comes back to that highlighted part. And the reason why I showed you that is because I decided to take a look at the code of conduct for Mississippi judges, and I want to show you something else. Allow me to point you to Canon 2, Section 2B of the Judicial Code of Conduct adopted by the Mississippi State Supreme Court back in 2002. That's a lot of words, but that's what we're looking at. Anyway, specifically, look at the highlighted portion. I'm going to read it to you. Judges shall not lend the prestige of their offices to advance the private interest of the judges or others, nor shall judges convey or permit others to convey the impression that they are in a special position to influence the judges. In addition to pointing out that code of conduct rule, I also want to point out something to you in the preamble because it's also important. The commentary is not intended as a statement of additional rules. When the text uses shall or shall not, it is intended to impose binding obligations, the violation of which can result in disciplinary action. Okay, so this isn't something that's like you have a choice. See, me personally, I believe her statement should be evaluated for a potential violation of the Judicial Code of Conduct because she invokes her judicial office while vouching for Warren's account. And Canon 2B specifically says you cannot use the office to advance another person's private interests. So that statement alone is worth an evaluation, in my opinion. In addition to that one sentence hitting Canon 2B.
Meaning she's not supposed to be using her being a judge to help anybody. I don't give a damn if it was the family.
Statement, she says that her son or stepson, whatever he is, Warren, last saw Nolan at around 3 p.m. Now, in the interview that Warren, her stepson, son, whatever he is, did, he gives a first-hand account of hearing his friend telling Nolan to get on the boat in a panicked way and hearing Nolan say no. How does that make sense when the last time you said you saw him was at 3 p.m., but the boat didn't get towed away until 4:30 something?
My buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking.
Bam! Got him right there.
He didn't say that.
Get on the boat, Nolan. Get on the boat. The boat's having issues. Why the hell would Nolan get on a boat if it's having issues? And if it was having issues, is that when the same time when you called? And when you called, you say you was outside the island. So were you on the island and it was having issues and you drove off? Why would you drive off if the boat having issues? And here, if Nolan was already on the island, the boat was already having issues, how the hell Nolan was going to get on the boat and then y'all so Nolan got on the... Bruh, you messed up right there.
Right.
If it's having issues, why the hell would he get on the boat? We gotta highlight these joints, bro.
Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm gonna ride in with somebody else.
Now, if somebody help me make sense of this, are you trying to tell us that you were on a boat that was so big that you heard all of this, but you didn't see Nolan? Like, I don't get how this would make sense. And the last thing I want to point out is that they finally released the entire phone call from the rescue. And yet again, there is one part that is still being cut off. And that is the part where she asked them how many people were on the boat.
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many? All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
And I know...
See, TMZ didn't think that we was going to get the whole joint. See?
TMZ was in on this too. Because this other footage that my first video has all the original stuff before they could even had time to even try to switch stuff up.
They cut out the joint. They cut it out. See, now everybody got the full audio. Before we was just getting they edited it. They did all this editing and then they gave it to us. I'm telling you, TMZ is not to be trusted, y'all.
What you're thinking, it sounds like they got cut off, but if you go and listen to the entire audio on TMZ, you will see that there were other parts where they were losing service, and she still followed up with the question, and he was still able to answer. So the math is not mathing. I also want to point out that I know that there are numbers floating around out there about how many people were on the boat because people keep reporting on a certain number of people being on a boat. But why are we not hearing that in the phone calls?
They take pictures with people before they kill them, the same way that they took pictures of the bodies that they lynched and put them on postcards, newspapers, printed them out, put them on a fucking on a fridge. They use code words when talking amongst each other over public airways, such as like phones, because they're not able to say, hey, I just killed a black person. So they have to say, we have a membership. They are so well connected that you aren't hearing anything from their side. Nothing. You're not hearing anything from their side. And that's because it was all orchestrated.
She definitely has a point there. You know, it's always cold words in every institution, every group, every, you know what I'm saying, every establishment. Somebody got some type of way that they're going to speak to another person without everybody being able to know, without exposing themselves. He definitely said a few times, "Oh, we have a membership. We have a membership." You know, that like she said, those are cold words. Oh, we got one. We got one, brother. We got a good one. Craziness, man. And we see it on the movies and think nothing of it. But the reason why I was on the movies because that's the only way they can do it. They have to show you what they're doing so the watchers don't come down here and be like, oh, y'all doing crazy stuff. We are accepting this stuff because we're not fighting back against this stuff.
Well before. And I'm not saying they intended on killing a specific person, but they did intend on killing someone. And when that takes place, nothing slips through the cracks. Nothing comes from our side. That's why all you have are phone calls. You know, people that went out there and looked around at the site. The Ku Klux Klan does not wear pointed hoods. They're not even, you know what else is crazy? They're not even the very obvious racists. Those people ain't part of the Klan that can really do some damage. Those people are just ignorant motherfuckers, right? They all ignorant motherfuckers.
Running around.
But the ones that you see, and you might have like a skull tattoo right here, and he has the American hat, those are actually the least threatening people. The real Klan are the judges, the police officers, the boat repairmen.
The people that's in position, the people that's in power that can hide things and manipulate narratives and make it seem like this ain't what's going on and that ain't the way that's really happening. Those are the people in power are the ones that you got to watch out for. Really, a lot of these motorcycle groups and people like that and of that stature be more friendly to certain colors. Certain.
The scout, the people, the rangers, the coroners, the taxi drivers, the newspaper publishers, the nurses, the doctors, pilots, attorneys, like state attorneys, even defense attorneys. The Klan won't be.
State attorney, defense attorney, them folks, hey, watch out. You better learn how to represent yourself because these people making back end deals. Oh, you can get this one, I can get that one. You can get that one, I got that one. You know what I'm saying? Just mixing it up, just playing the game because they're playing a real game with our lives. And if y'all want to know, they getting paid off of your Social Security now. Them Q-subs and stuff they paying. That's a bond. Somebody that took a bond out on your life, they getting paid. They cashing out. Somebody cashed out on this man's death. A few people did.
We said they took their robes off. They put on uniforms. Teachers. We're watching history unfold, and I love to watch my people wake up to it. I saw a girl say, why do they take pictures with the person before they kill them? And I wanted to say so bad, because that's what they did when they lynched us. And obviously this is lying. They would put us in postcards, take pictures next to a burning body, a mutilated body. Yeah, and put pieces of the body in the mail. Ship it to grandma, Gam Gams, up in Massachusetts. She would love to see this. I saw one person talk about how it feels spiritual because it is. I'm watching my people wake up. God damn it, I'm watching my people wake up and it feel good.
Y'all look up gator bait. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, but y'all look up gator bait. So
I'm going to tell you how quick I am with the knowledge. Gator bait is when they used to have the babies back in the day holding them upside down, swinging them, getting the gators to get out the water, to jump and grab them.
So what she's saying is absolutely correct. It's like souvenirs to them people. They don't look at us as human, y'all.
I listened to the CETO call again, and I have a small update to my theory. I listened to the call again, and I learned something new from a commenter on my YouTube regarding the bilge pump. What I learned is that having an issue with your bilge pump should not cause you to sink. You're not taking on so much water that you're in imminent danger of sinking. If you're taking on that kind of water, there's something more significant wrong with your boat. But if you were to call CETO and you say that there's an issue with your bilge pump and you're maybe taking on a little bit of water, they would probably tell you to get to land because you could get yourself to land. I think that this kid didn't know that. I think that the kid only knew to say that we're taking on water, right? He knew that he was calling CETO. The purpose of calling CETO was literally just to give somebody on a recorded call coordinates.
I think CETO was called to do the cover up. CETO show up. They don't need no police enforcement. They don't need no backup. CETO show up. Hey, we got this body right here. Okay. Hey guys, we got a boat taking on water. We need to empty the water out the boat. Who's the water? What is currency? What is water in Latin? Currency. What is currency used for? People. Buying people, selling people in those lifestyles. They're getting paid to do these things. These are trophies. Allegedly.
Because the kid was ready with the coordinates. He wasn't ready with how much water are you taking on? Couldn't answer that question because he didn't know what the right answer for that.
She on point. She on point.
That would be, and he wasn't actually observing anything. He just knew that he was tasked with calling CETO. He was ready with that, with the coordinates. He gave the coordinate that was very likely, most likely, not where they actually were, but it would place them somewhere convenient for later. In my opinion, that was Grandpa's idea. In my opinion, because they dropped his name. They knew that CETO prioritizes or only really does work for members. And so they dropped his name specifically. And then he
to get the help.
Simultaneously calls the captain directly and says they don't need a tow. And I think that the call with Vicky, the dispatcher, took longer than the grandpa expected. He probably expected that it would have been a quick call, they would have said what the problem was, and then there would have already been a conversation with the captain because he didn't account for this kid being so difficult, because that's the other thing I noticed. This kid was a fucking asshole.
Right.
How many kids on the boat? 0, none. Okay, how many adults on the boat? 0, none. Sir, how many adults on the boat? There's no adults. There's nobody over 21. You have time to be a smartass? You have time to.
The boat is sinking, taking on water. Y'all gotta be, you know what I'm saying, moving with some pep in your step. But you got pep in your lip. Your lip got more pep than your step. So, you know, that you're moving too fast. You're exposing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even do it smooth. You getting attitude. You messing up the whole campaign. Grandpa over here, Grandpa handled his call already. You over here still shucking and jiving.
Place semantics when you're taking on water and drowning. So he made that call more complicated and difficult than it needed to be. So the call took longer than expected. So by the time
he was like, I don't know. We're just sinking. Just I don't know.
Right.
What? You crazy?
the grandfather called the captain to say, hey, you don't need to go out for this tow. The captain hadn't even gotten the call for the tow yet. So when Vicky finally gets through to the captain and she's like saying, listen, I'm so sorry. They're not really being clear on where they are or what they're doing or what's happening, but here's the situation. And they are really, like, there is a member involved, or they do have a member name, and they gave Jerry's name, and the captain goes, Jerry, I just got off the phone with him. So Jerry beat Vicky to contacting the captain for that reason. The call took longer than expected. He thought it was going to be a quick emergency call and that he would then quickly call the captain to tell him that he doesn't need to go out there. Don't worry about it. It's just the bilge pump. He's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Because you'll notice too that the captain was like, yeah, I know. He told me it was something about the bilge pump. Yeah, I know. And he didn't think that that was an emergency because an issue with the bilge pump is not an emergency. You're not imminently drowning or sinking. So that's what got fucked up. That just fucked the whole thing up for them, in my opinion. You establish the coordinates and then Grandpa quickly calls the captain to say, don't go out there. Because if you go to those coordinates, you're not going to find anybody. And in case it's not clear, I don't have actual information that is exactly what happened, or that's what he said, or whatever, or that's what he was thinking. If it's not obvious, but someone left a comment saying like, "Oh, slander, fucking." It's not clear that we're just throwing around ideas here, and I don't have internal special knowledge, and I'm not making an assertion. We're bouncing around ideas. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I also got another comment by someone who was like, "Oh my God, good grief! There's no way someone could have thought of this that quickly. You don't think quickly on your feet. Your immediate."
Check this out. This is how I can afford this Jeep Wrangler.
I was paying $243 for my brand new Jeep for insurance coverage. You can see the breakdown right here. And now,
man, listen, man, for those that saying there's nobody who could have thought of all of that quick, understand Grandpa's used to that. I don't give a damn what his profession is.
He been out there hunting. They in Mississippi. He been out there doing all this. That's why he already had the setup ready. He just, like I said, didn't take account of how the grandson was about to be making the phone call harder than what it was.
Them older guys in Mississippi understand the lineage that they come from. People don't think shit stink. These people are their ancestors, bro.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and something kind of odd that was brought to my attention by Bree Lee, an amazing creator who, if you haven't seen her, she has been going around Ocean Springs exposing how many cameras there are everywhere, showing that we should be able to see more footage than what we're seeing. Anyway, I'm digressulating. She turned me on to this post by a creator, Liam, on TikTok, who happens to be sharing posts from one of the boys who has since made his account private. And here is something that he posted. He says this, check this out. Your parents ask about your day out. I'm not saying this means anything, but drinking is not going to get you a minimum of 10 years in prison. He didn't say a maximum, he said a minimum. And we're just saying, I'm not naming any names, but this is a very odd thing to post. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
But y'all, that's the end of the video. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Alcatraz dude. Eric Alcatraz guy. Why are you posting a cryptic message about, well, it was actually a repost, but why would you repost that? Your parents asking you how your day was, and you know if you told them the truth that, well, I'm paraphrasing, that it could get you a minimum of 10 years. And then somebody texted him that, oh, I seen you and your buddies having this commotion on the boat. I'm going to the police. What? Everybody is going to get exposed. Everybody's going to get their 15 minutes of fame. And at the end, I believe the truth is about to come out, y'all. We just need to hit that right one, that right story. Because we already seen Bart was lying. We seen Warren was lying. We got to get Wyatt. Wyatt's left, and the other guy, he's left. So we working on Alcatraz right now. He posting little shit thinking he a damn stepper because he witnessed some shit. Now we got 2 more to go, y'all. We need to hear from the contradicting stories that they're contradicting one another with. That's all we need, y'all. We gonna get justice. We gonna get justice. But y'all hype this video, subscribe, and y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.
All right. See? That video takes from the beginning, the middle, and the end, breaking down the whole process on what they got going on and how they're trying to manipulate narratives and literally debunk. We had to debunk the BS. Go right around it because they really playing a number on us, playing stupid in our face. playing stupid in the people's face. Like, come on, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. At this point,